Information about the Houston History Bus and come join us on a free tour. Take care, Houston.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthis, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, March the 14th, and we are in semi-St. Patrick's Day attire. I have a very odd-looking thing on my head that looked better in the store. It clearly doesn't.
I think it's supposed to be a unicorn, but...
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be, but it sure doesn't look like one, let me tell you.
She got mad at me. I told her she looked like a Teletubby.
Yeah, what the hell? And Linda has some glasses, some shamrock glasses. David has a bow tie, all green, of course.
It's not around my neck, though.
It's on his.
Wore it on my cowboy hat.
That's right. But we are here celebrating because we won't be here Monday. So we wanted to celebrate with everyone so you could see our weird looking. And, you know, Caleb's here, and he just looks like an Irishman. That's what we decided. So this week we've had some great news this week. David Wood received a stay of execution from the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. So, you know what? It was a great week. It really was. So congratulations, David. I know we were all excited for that. And, of course, there was another stay of execution, the Louisiana. Yes. So we had 2 stays. And really quick, wanted to do some very brief housekeeping. If you or anyone you know is planning to write us to forward any type of mail to one of our advocates that is hateful, understand we will not forward that. Okay? It's not going to happen. You have anything good to say? And I think if someone provides an address, you can rewind it on your tablet and listen to it again. Or perhaps that's someone's way of telling you, don't write the letter. How about that? But just know that we will not be forwarding anything hateful to anyone at all. Period. Linda, David, nor I.
You got to be respectful. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to. Why are we whistling? It just doesn't make sense to have another.
I thought someone was whistling at me.
No, it's the mic. It's like there's another mic on it.
Okay, again, you're busting my bubble. Again tonight. No, they're not whistling.
Not the first time.
No, he loves to. Hey,
At least I didn't tell him what your unicorn looked like.
Yeah, thank you.
They'll see it on the video.
Oh, yes, they will.
Everybody gonna know I'm not lying.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, absolutely. So anyway, you have to be respectful and understand these people out here are advocating for you and everyone in prison. So, you know, and I'm going to be respectful and not call you out. How about that? Because I want to.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah, but we're not, and Linda's not either. Linda's a very respectful lady. So
even when she's pole dancing.
Even when she's pole dancing. That's right, girl. And David and Linda are going to come out in their costumes in a little while. Oh. Because we want everyone to see how festive we are here at the station.
Woohoo!
Respectfully festive.
Respectfully festive.
Yes, because we're respectful people.
Yeah, with
Up
the
in
luck
here.
of the Irish.
Yes, with the luck of the Irish. All right, so tonight, David has lined up that went silent really quick. Okay, David lined up a great show. Caleb Granger, that's how we pronounce it, with the Texas death penalty abolition movement is in the house. Chivas Watson, the End Mass Incarceration Houston and Working Group 512 is calling in. Dani Sneed is calling in. He is the encourager and the prison show veteran reporter. Abe Bonowitz, the co-director and founder at Death Penalty Action, he's going to be calling in. And let's get started. We have Mr. Caleb Granger.
Okay, hello. Yeah, I'm here representing the Texas Death Penalty Abolition movement. The first thing I'm going to talk about is what happened last month. Let's see, there was 2 executions. The first one was Stephen Nelson, who was executed he was sentenced under the unjust law of parties, and he was executed and pronounced dead at 6:50 p.m. on February 5th. And in the words of his spiritual advisor, Jeff Hood, he fought to the very end. He used his final words to tell his wife how deeply he loved her and said, "I'm at peace. I'm ready to be at home. Let's ride, Warden." And this was quickly followed up just a week later by the execution of Richard Tabor on February 13th. This month, as you mentioned, David Wood was scheduled to be executed on March 13th. But on Tuesday, he received a rare stay from the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. Wood has been on death row while maintaining his innocence for approaching 40 years. Accused of killing 6 women and girls in El Paso in 1987. However, there's no DNA evidence linking him to the crime. In his words, "I'm accused of killing 6 people when an entire police force couldn't find a single shred of evidence of anything." 6 of the 9 judges on the court voted to stay Wood's execution until further notice. This is his second stay, actually. This first one having come in 2009, one day before his scheduled execution. So he's been through it several times. Yeah.
Yep.
Texas has refused repeated requests for additional DNA testing on more than 100 items, and a 2011 DNA test actually excluded him from being the contributor of DNA found on a bloodstain on one of the victim's clothing. And then next month we have, on April 23rd, there's Moises Mendoza is scheduled to be executed, and the month after that, Matthew Johnson is scheduled to be executed on May 20th. So hopefully those don't happen.
Yeah, right, right.
Then we have upcoming trainings on how to lobby the state legislature. The first is going to be on Saturday, March 22nd at Carnegie Library, which is at 1050 Quitman Street at 2 p.m. It's going to be presented by an important ally, State Representative Christina Morales. She was on the committee with Representatives Moody and Leach, who maneuvered around the Robert Roberson case last year, which stopped him from being executed.
Mm-hmm.
The second training is going to be on the following Saturday, March 29th, and it's going to be at the Shape Center, located at 3903 Alameda Road, because unfortunately, the other Shape Center where we had our meetings a fire has happened.
Right.
Yeah. And if you want to look up, there's ways to donate there as well. If you go to their Instagram page, I'm sure you can find the information on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look for Shape Center Houston.
Yeah, Shape Center Houston. The second training is going to be, let's see. Okay, so the second one is going to be at that Shape Center. It's going to be with State Representative Jean Wu, who is the new vice chair of the House Criminal Jurisprudence Committee. He's going to provide a slide presentation and give us insight on his new committee or his committee. So to keep track of the bills we're going to be lobbying for, you can get signed up on MyTLO, which is My Texas Legislator Online. You go to capital.texas.gov, and you look for the second box to click on, which reads MyTLO. We are planning a lobbying day to put this training to work on April 8th in Austin. And if you want to get involved, we meet on the first Tuesday of every month from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Shape Center. And at the Shape Center at 3903 Alameda Road. And if you are out of town, you can join us via Zoom, which is going to be posted in our Facebook group. And to join our Facebook group, you have to put the Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement. If you don't put the, it's not going to be the right one. You can also follow us on Instagram at TX Death Penalty. And if you want to write us, you can do so at P.O. Box 3454, Houston, Texas 77253. I'm going to repeat that. That's P.O. Box 3454, Houston, Texas 77253. I'll end by saying there's a really great article that everyone should check out. It's in the New Yorker, and it's titled "The Nuns Trying to Save the Women on Texas's Death Row." It's written by Daniel Zalowski, and it tells about sisters from a convent outside Waco who visit the women on death row. And the article, it pretty much goes over like a lot of the different cases of women on death row here in Texas. So, yeah, you can...
Including Brittany, who just received some action
Right.
from the Fifth Circuit.
Exactly. So that is all I have.
And that was a whole bunch, a whole bunch. But they're gonna, during your training, they're gonna teach people how to go to the ledge and sign up for.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, that'll all be in there.
Okay.
So the first one was with Christina Morales. The second one is with Jean Wu.
First one, March 22nd, which is next weekend.
And then, yep.
Yeah, next
That's
weekend.
Right. That is next weekend.
And then the following weekend,
March 29th.
March 29th. And what time do they start?
So the one on, both 2 p.m. actually.
2 p.m.?
Yeah, and the first one is at Carnegie Library. The second one is at the Shape Center downtown.
On Alameda
Road.
All right. Well, thank you, Caleb, very much. And all of this, like he said, is on the Texas Death Penalty Abolition Movement Facebook group.
And then also on Instagram, TX Death Penalty.
Oh,
And then we have a TikTok too, but I can't. That one's not coming to my head. What's
y'all do
that?
have a TikTok because Clementine has taken some very unfortunate photos of me that are floating around on TikTok. It's like, wow, Clementine.
Just report them. I'm just joking.
I'm gonna have to go get some of those.
No, because I'm like, girl, what? How did you? No, don't do that to me.
I used one of you and Linda both like under this umbrella thing, and your mouth was all open.
Yes, and we thank you for that very much, David. We appreciate it. No. No. Well, thank you, Caleb. We appreciate you coming in the house.
Yes.
He's in the house. We appreciate that. All right. So next we have Chivas Watson with end mass incarceration. How you doing, Chivas?
Peace and blessings to those inside and also those around the world who tune in on Fridays. Hey, Miss Dani, David, Miss Linda, sorry I couldn't make it this evening. I'm pleased to be back with you all, though, live from Dallas, Texas. Unfortunately, not in studio at KPFT 90.1 FM. I'm Chivas Watson, your in-mass incarceration reporter, executive director of Service Agency Working Group 512, based out of Austin, Texas. Here to remind you in these wild times that mass incarceration is alive and well and actively engaging in and around the very communities you live and work in. Dr. Reuben Jonathan Miller of the University of Chicago's Crown School of Social Work says that we've created a pariah society, a pariah class, a permanent underclass. We must embrace the revealing of carceral expansion and how it's not just produce new forms of second-class citizenship for poor black Americans, but also an alternate citizenship category. And the problem lies right here in the middle of America's fourth largest city. People die every other day in the Harris County Jail. Harris County is the death penalty capital of the world, to me, certainly of the country. And as Caleb, brought up, as we still mourn for Stephen Nelson, we know that hope remains. We know that the fight continues for those that are innocent. David Wood, on death row for over 32 years. Harris County, deep in Harris County, police file false charges and lock people away forever that are innocent, such as Darius Elam. For 40 years, our brother Darius Elam has been fighting a wrongful conviction where there was no confession and a consistent claim of innocence, but a flawed investigation and recanted testimony from a paid informant happening right there in Houston has kept our brother incarcerated for over 40 years. In mass incarceration certainly isn't just about the innocent claims, but the conditions. We want our brothers and our sisters to know that you are not alone, as it's sweating hot in there and it's freezing cold during the winter. We have folks that care. As Ms. Dani was saying earlier, we have folks that care and that show up to advocate on your behalf. But in the terms of mass incarceration, in the long tail of mass incarceration, we have so much more than the innocence claims. During the legislative session, I implore all to get acquainted with and demand a hearing for Senate Bill 169, and that's because we need humane temperatures in Texas prisons. And time and time again, the Senate's Finance Committee has refused to hold a hearing on the topic. Yet that same committee, the Texas Senate Finance Committee, has all the power to fund air conditioning in all of Texas Department of Criminal Justice facilities. But we need your voice this month, the next, and certainly in the foreseeable future as we advocate for our brothers and sisters inside. Your voice can save lives. Texas prisons have seen unbearable, deadly temperatures for far too long. In the mentioning of this, I would love to let folks around the world know about our experience, the reality, 85 to Stay Alive mock cell and prison conditions exhibit on April 10th 2025. From 12 to 5, we'll have exhibits, and from 3:30 to 7, we'll have speakers at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley campus, 1201 West University Drive in Edinburgh, Texas. I invite you all again to come to our Experience the Reality 85 to Stay Alive mock sale and prison conditions exhibit event. Again, rallying around Senate Bill 169, rallying around the inhumane conditions. Again, in understanding mass incarceration is much more than the innocence claims. We again want to lift up our brothers who are presenting their case. And I don't want to overwhelm the space. We've got Brother Abe on the call a little bit later. But again, if we've created this pariah society, this pariah class, this permanent underclass, mass incarceration speaks to the after effects of a release. The struggles in housing, the struggles in employment, the struggles in healthcare access. We certainly want to remind folks that Working Group 512, a service agency in Texas, is connecting folks to $0 plans within the Affordable Care Act and the health insurance marketplace, as well as free cell phones with free mobile service to patrons with Medicaid and SNAP and with SSI and veterans assistance, for veterans insurance. Miss Dani, David, Linda, we've also been traveling around the state making sure folks gain free testing for COVID and for influenza. It's certainly a season full of coughs and sneezes. We always want to remind our listeners that we provide second chances. We don't just advocate for them. We provide them, and are certainly looking to work with others around the state. You can always reach us at the main line, 512-953-3980. You can reach us in Austin. You can also reach us in North Texas at 817-307-2267. You can also reach us in South Texas. You can also reach us in South Texas at 210-665-5013. We certainly want to lift up the successes, but we want to keep hope alive and keep the fight going for folks who have had long calls of innocence and folks who have had long calls of abuse, and rally that support, channel that support around the issues rather than accept the fact that we're dealing in such wild times these days. Miss Dani, David, Miss Linda, I think that's my time. Again, Chivas Watson, Working Group 512, your in mass incarceration Houston reporter, focusing on the issues, but also a proud member of the Prison Show. Make sure you donate to the Prison Show, all of you. $5, $6, those are great donations, and keep us on the air, huh? Thank you again for the time, huh?
Thanks, Chivas. We appreciate you, brother. Yep.
All right. So
Yes, he went really fast. Didn't he?
He went really quick. Okay.
Say, I'd like to chime in just a minute. We got a few minutes, and I don't see Dani on the phone.
Okay.
I'd like to thank everybody for patiently waiting. I know that we had a lapse in time between before our February 28th show even came out. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if Travis said that he got the Prison Show film, the 28th and the 7th, all at the same time. But I saw a few days ago, the 12th, I guess it was, when everything came on, and we had just a couple of people that were watching things. But the Prison Show film, we uploaded it, and it's taken off. We've got over 1,200 people that were watching it this afternoon. So if you guys haven't looked at our new videos, and you know what, that I also put audio on there too. And I put the audio on there because whenever I was laid up in my bunk late at night, I'd like to listen to things, and I didn't want to have the light on. So I just tried to give you guys the option. But y'all tune in and watch that Prison Show film. It's a pretty cool film.
It is. It's very cool. Now, we've put out I Am Ready, Warden.
Yep.
the movie. Now we've put out the prison show film.
So what could be next?
What you gonna do now, David?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna have
It
to.
took a little bit of work to do the Iron Warden, though.
Yeah.
Security thought it was entertainment because it's on Paramount Plus, and so we had to put those contemplating questions with it.
Yeah.
So, and really, it's a touchy subject. I mean, it really was. I mean, I think John Ramirez went through quite a big change.
Right. A lot of men and women on death row or in prison go through.
In prison, period. I had a spiritual experience for years, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't stay out of prison. I kept going in and out and in and out. And Ray said I was the best volunteer he had while I was on furlough. I'd wake up in prison again, and I'd be so sad, and I'd just cry, and I couldn't figure it out. And I guess that's part of it, huh?
Yeah. But if you haven't watched I Am Ready, Warden, we encourage you to go watch it. And, of course, if you haven't watched the Prison Show movie, definitely go do that.
Gabriella wants to come back on the show. She wants to talk about the movie. I mean, it won an award. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
So, come on, Dani. Where you at, Dani?
And it was made, let's let everyone know that it was made a number of years ago.
Yeah,
So
over the course of many years also.
over the course of many years, and it was the last time I think she filmed us was, I think, back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, right before the pandemic hit.
Those are all good questions we can ask her when she comes on.
Yeah. So when you see us, we look a little bit different.
Just a little bit.
We look a lot different. And I know we've been getting quite a few questions. Hey, Dani, if you're out there, call.
Abraham's going to go ahead and call.
Okay. Okay, good. So,
you got any news we can use?
well, I was going to say that we are going to have information on some bills, but our guests, different ones have different, like Brittany. Brittany is on a lot of great bills on indefinite restrictive housing and TDC or ADSEG, however they choose to word it. Limitations, how long, and when you're in ADSEG for more than 20, 25, 30 years, that there's issues with that. There really is, and the studies have shown that the human psyche can't really take that. So now we have Abraham who's going to go ahead and call and yeah, go ahead, Linda.
Okay.
Hey, Abe.
Greetings. Hope you're all doing okay tonight.
We are. How are you doing?
Well, I'm okay too. Just getting ready to hit the road. Glad I didn't have to come to Texas this week. That was a nice a nice surprise with a good heads up ahead of time. So good for David Wood and for his legal team, which is pretty amazing that they got to stay out of the CCA. So we're excited about that. I know you talked about a little bit about that. You talked a little bit about Brittany, and congratulations, Brittany. And I'm sure they were celebrating up there in Gatesville. And we're getting ready, unfortunately, though, to hit the road tomorrow. Going to be on our way down to Louisiana. And I know you mentioned the stay in Louisiana, which came down on the 11th, whatever day that was. But earlier this evening, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned that stay. And now it's obviously the Jesse Hoffman's attorneys are going to, I would expect, they're going to go to the U.S. Supreme Court and see if there's any relief possible there. It's a big question whether gas suffocation executions are torture. And what we know is that everybody who has seen one, except for state officials, would acknowledge that as torture. And if this judge's ruling is upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court, then that's going to put a hold on all gas suffocation executions, and it will put that method of execution on trial. And we'll be lucky if the Supreme Court reinstates that stay. We all know those who roll the dice up there, and less likely than ever that they would take the case, but we're going to see what happens. And meanwhile, myself and Charles Keith and Billy and Heidi will all be driving down from where I live in Columbus, Ohio, down to Baton Rouge, where on Sunday, anybody that's in the neighborhood, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or driving range, come on over. We're going to be protesting at the governor's mansion in Baton Rouge, 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. We're expecting a big crowd, and we'll be down there until Tuesday night or whenever that execution is called off. And if it isn't called off, then it's going to take place somewhere between 6 and 9 p.m. on Tuesday evening, Central Time. And then after that, we're going to head over to Florida, where the next Florida execution is set for Thursday. Also on Thursday morning, there's one in Oklahoma, and the day before, on Wednesday, there's one in Arizona. And all of this is to say that they're just ramping it up. Florida has just set a new date today. Alabama set a new date. And also, so did South Carolina set a new date. I didn't see what the method of execution in South, well, we won't know yet. But in South Carolina, a week ago this evening, they had their first firing squad execution. That was the first one in the United States in 15 years, and the first one in South Carolina under their new statute. And I think that that's really the path that we're going to be going down, is towards more of that. North Carolina has introduced legislation to add the firing squad as a possible method of execution. And then also this week in Idaho, the governor of Idaho signed a bill to make firing squad executions the primary method of execution there. Now, what's interesting is, these guys have to now spend a year and God knows how much money building a new amphitheater to watch the firing squad executions there. I mean, you would think they'd just put up a chair in a field and, go to it. But, of course, they have to make it all so formal. But we can expect at least 2 execution dates to be set once they're ready in Idaho. They're only a big death row there, but they have a couple of guys that have health issues. One who, they tried to jab him and get an IV going for almost an hour a little over a year ago, Thomas Creech, and he's still alive. And that's what we're looking at, is the question of the method of execution, and I think it's going to settle down to, in Texas they seem to have it smooth and down with these lethal injections, but other states can't get the drugs, and that's what we're seeing. But I will tell you, if I had to pick, and I've thought a lot about this, I think in terms of going out, quickly and being unconscious as quickly as possible, then I think I would choose the firing squad of all the choices that there are right now. Certainly not gas suffocation. That's got to be horrific. Anyway, you look at it. And my organization, Death Penalty Action, doesn't take a position on how we kill our prisoners. The problem is that we kill our prisoners when the system is as broken as it is, and we can see just how broken it is. In every one of these cases, you have a common thread through all of these executions we've been seeing is addiction and abuse and neglect of childhood for most of the people that are on death row. There's some combination of those things that, that sends people on a path. And I don't know how many of you remember Lois and Canon Lois Robinson. Their son Larry Robinson was executed. Oh gosh, it's been a long time now. But they, 2 things about them. They had, they were both school teachers. They were good people. And their son was mentally ill. He was discharged from the Air Force for his mental illness, and they kept checking him into a mental health hospital and they kept dismissing him or discharging him. 30 days later, he hasn't been violent. We need the bed. Oh, and we forgot to tell you he needs to be taking these medications. Anyway, but Larry finally ended up answering the voices in his head, telling him to slay 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an ass. And that was what he heard, and he got 5 people. And then suddenly, instead of having a hospital bed for him, they had a gurney. And he spent a long time on death row and then was eventually executed. And the thing about that is that they tried to get him help. They could see it coming, and the state was unwilling to help them intervene and help their kid not commit a murder that was seeable. And the other thing about Lois Robinson, she was a sweet old lady from Burleson, just south of Fort Worth. Actually stayed in their house for a couple of months when we were organizing the 1998 Journey of Hope from Violence to Healing. And Lois talked about this as a third grade teacher. A third grade teacher, she saw kids, third graders, who she knew were on a path to trouble. And eventually these three people that she pegged as on a path towards violence ended up murdering somebody. And she saw that in third grade, and as a teacher, didn't have a way to intervene in their lives. And that's something that we should all be thinking about, because, even people who are for the death penalty and people who are against it can agree that the best thing that could happen is that no murder happens at all. David Dow talks about this, professor and lawyer David Dow. If you look at his TED Talk, he talks about the corner on which abolitionists and pro-death penalty people can meet, and it's that space where no murder happens in the first place. So, and then we have to look at what happens afterwards. And that's actually my new sign. We're going to be debuting this at the rally on Sunday. Doge the death penalty. Right? Department of Government efficiency, whatever it is, they should take a look. If they really want to know about a government program that is inefficient and wasteful, look no further than the death penalty. So we're going to be bringing that up, Doge the death penalty, because I think most people are now understanding that if you're trying to doge something, you're trying to get rid of it. And that's what we want to do, because nothing is more inefficient, and if for no other reason than what the death penalty does to victim families, because what we know is when we sentence a person to death and we tell them we're going to kill you, but we know it's going to be a couple of decades, what we're also doing is sentencing the family of the victims to death row too. They are put into a holding pattern, and they are told, wait until we get around to killing the guy, and then you can feel better, but it's going to be decades. Even if they want to be executed, it's going to be at least a decade of legal process that's required by law, and they have to put the healing process on. How is that efficient? Because when a person is sentenced to death by incarceration, which I don't advocate that in all cases. There are some people who should never be free. That's just all I think we can all agree on that. But most people could be redeemed and eventually freed. But, if a victim family is told you've got to wait to begin your healing process and then you can feel better, they have to put that, that's just inefficient for them. However, if there's a life without parole sentence, which I like to call death by incarceration because that's what it really is, then from the time of that sentence, the victim's family can begin to move forward and begin to heal. We're never going to get our loved ones back. We're always going to have that empty chair at the table when the family gathers. But we can do better than the death penalty. We can also be taking the money that we're wasting on this roll of the dice, and it is a roll of the dice. Half of all the death sentences were overturned during the appeals process, and we've already spent all that extra money just for a death penalty trial. It costs about twice as much just for the trial. One of the reasons why the death penalty is so disparate, because most counties, in Texas, you got 254 counties, and only 30 or so have put anybody on death row, and that's because most can't afford a death penalty trial, especially now when all the resources are stretched so much. So, instead of that, let's put the money into better services for victim families. Let's put the money into giving teachers what they need to intervene in the lives of children who they can see are on a path towards violence. Anyway, a few other quick updates. Thank you for letting me go down that path there. I know it's a little bit unusual, but that's what I've been thinking lately. But I want to say that the update on federal death row is simply that, the state of the Attorney General in Oklahoma has asked for the transfer of a guy who's got an Oklahoma death sentence, but he's been on federal death row, and because of that, he could not have been executed when they wanted to under the Biden administration because the Bureau of Prisons wouldn't turn him over. Now, under the Trump administration and Attorney General Pam Bondi, Oklahoma has asked for him to be returned, and in the middle of the night, with no warning, he was returned to Oklahoma, and now it's just a matter of them. Now they've set their dates one at a time. So after they kill Wendell Grissom this coming Thursday morning, then maybe he'll be the next guy that gets a date in Oklahoma. So we'll see what happens with that. And then, of course, just quickly on the legislation that's coming up, we have several states where they're still talking about giving people a death sentence if they are party to an abortion. If they have an abortion, give an abortion, help somebody get an abortion, possible punishment of death. Several states, Arkansas, Florida, others are talking about executions for people who are non-homicides where it's a sex crime against a juvenile. And I just want to say that sex crimes against juveniles are among the most vile, of course. However, when we're trying to get a death sentence for somebody, what you're asking is for a child to testify against somebody in their family, most often. That's who abuses children. They're often family members. And then we're asking them to further traumatizing them, whatever a person deserves, asking a child to participate in the execution of a person in their family. How much more traumatizing is that? And again, waiting all this time to get a healing process. So we got that. We've got gas suffocation legislation going on in Ohio and Arkansas. We've got, I told you about Idaho with shooting, and I think I mentioned North Carolina has also introduced a bill to bring shooting as a method of execution. And on the other side, we have death penalty abolition legislation going on in Ohio, Indiana, and Pennsylvania that I know of. There may be some other states. There's lots and lots and lots going on. But what we're seeing, Tennessee, it's been 3 weeks now, I think. Tennessee has said, it's 3 weeks since I've been on, so I just want to say that I'll make sure Tennessee has set 4 dates now, and they've requested, those are 4 dates of people that had already previously had death sentences, and now they're also asking for 5 new dates. That's in Tennessee. And we're just going to it's going to keep rolling. It's going to be more and more, and we should just be aware of that. So, finally, I'll say greetings again to Melissa Lucio. We're waiting for you to be freed. It's any day. Could be months, could be days. But keep her in your prayers. She's got some, shoulder pull tendon or something like that, and she might be getting surgery for that soon. So surgery under the Department of Corrections, I don't know, but I know she wants to get it taken care of because it's painful. So greetings to Melissa, and greetings to Rodney Reed, and greetings to everybody in all the prisons that can hear my voice tonight. And finally, if you want to write to us, it's Abe, ABE, at Death Penalty Action. Our address is P.O. Box 89, P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, Ghent, New York, 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, New York, 12075. Wishing everybody, it's Purim yesterday and today, in the Jewish world. We're all in Lent. In the Catholic or Christian world, we're looking at St. Patrick's Day coming up, and in a month about Easter and all that. So just keep your heads up, keep hope alive, and be nice. Be nice. We good?
We're good. Thank you, Abe.
All right. Well, Dani, I'm sorry I didn't see you. I'm glad we didn't get to see each other this week. But
I am too.
We'll come down another time. So thank you all for your work, and have a great night.
You too, Abe. Thank you. All right. Now we have Dani, who is now on the line. Hey, Dani.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great. The weather's awesome here in Houston, Texas. I was with a guy today, and he's going through a rough time, and I reminded him that those of us who have spent a long time incarcerated, like myself, a veteran, that spent 15 years in prison, and I don't know if it would have been better to do 15 all at once. I see that bizarre look on people's face that, like, make that make sense that you did 15 years in prison and it took you 3 tries to get it, to reach the level, the number 15. I said, well, it's just not being aware that how I was going to prison was how I was escaping my addiction. It wasn't a conscious decision, but I found myself not liking so much living that lifestyle of being in addiction, losing jobs, mostly trying to hide it from people. And I only got involved in the criminal justice system not because I committed crimes to buy drugs. What got me caught up doing criminal activity and doing things, committing crimes to a level to where you don't get probation and you don't get jail time, you get prison time, is that I wanted to hide from the world what I was doing. And the only way I could do that is not become homeless. So I would get the rent money. The rent money that was supposed to go to rent went to the drug guy. The light bill money, it didn't happen just overnight. It was gradually to where I couldn't budget my habit and life. And so I knew that if someone came to visit me and they knocked on the door and they came in, the lights went on, I was going to be hard to explain. They come in and sit down and then they may say, can I go use the bathroom? And I'm like, the plumbing's broke because I ain't paid the water bill. And, so to avoid the embarrassment of my addiction being seen, not in me standing on a corner with a sign say I will work for food to support my habit, but I just didn't want to deal with the shame of people knowing that I was dealing with addiction. And so I would go out and commit these crimes so I could make up for the money that I actually had to pay the rent. Now, the plus part of that is it would always be a little leftover money after I get what I need to pay the rent. Then the cycle just kept continuing. But the math wasn't mathing. Because one day I realized, and I must have been in one of those cells somewhere on Beto 1 or McConnell or Burning Hell here in Missouri County, and I started calculating how long did I actually have to spend in my addiction versus the time I spent in prison. So I would smoke for 6 months, go to jail for 2 years, get out, smoke for 3 months, go to jail for 9 years, smoke, get out, smoke for 3 months, go to jail for 3 years. I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't no fair system right here. And I even questioned God, like, why am I not allowed to smoke as long as I stay incarcerated? I know that sounds insane, but that was my logic. I figure I can do the time, but just give me more time, smoking time. Lord, let it be fair. I get out, I see guys on the block that's been smoking Cuban bits for 10 years, never get a case. But I mean, they smoke $20 worth of dope a day, and they beg for that. But that's just one how I was built. But let me talk about, because I'm big on recovery. I celebrated 20 years of recovery last year. Man, somebody needs to be rattling the bars and say, man, wow, man. After that first part of your story where you sharing being in the apartment without no lights, man, it's good to see that you finish it off with, man, now 20 years, you've been sober for 20 years? Absolutely, man, I'm celebrating that. But as a veteran getting out of the military in 1986, I didn't understand how that the expectations when I got out that I was going to get all these great jobs, it didn't work like that. I thought having an honorable discharge was like having a Purple Heart. And you know what? I think some of my brothers that get out of prison feel the same way. hey, I served my time. Man, I deserve the best life has to offer me now. Both things are a preconceived perception or idea of how life works, both for the person getting out the military, both for the person returning back from prison. It's an unrealistic expectation that I thought because I had an honorable discharge that someone's going to give me a great job. It was an unrealistic expectation that when I got out of prison, that the world was going to grant me some type of grace and say, hey, you had it tough in there, the criminal justice system is jacked up, you deserve a second chance. And there are second chances out here, like the great health care for homeless veteran program they have at the VA, meaning that if you're a veteran, you got an honorable discharge, even a less than honorable discharge, which they call almost like a humanitarian. This is the one thing you don't have to worry about if you get out, housing. I'm going to say it again. The one thing if you're a veteran and you get out of prison, you don't have to worry about staying in a halfway house for a short period of time. As soon as you get out, you make it to the VA as fast as you possible and say, Dani Sneed said, I'm a veteran, and y'all have a housing first program. I don't have to have any money. Only thing I have to do is show that my DD-214, my ID, and you will give me housing. And I don't think Dani would have got on radio and just made that lie up, because I didn't. And so that's the biggest barrier you want to worry about when you get out. Yeah, you want to get a job. I know you want to go drive trucks. I know somebody sitting down, I got to get out for my kids. All those things can be true. But the thing we need is the basic needs. The things I needed was the basic needs. Before I get a job, I need to have somewhere to lay my stuff. So, have a plan. If you're going to get out of prison soon, please don't put pressure on your family and make them feel like, if they don't help you there, that you can't figure out a way to get this done, especially if you're a veteran. So write your mom, your dad, your family and say, hey, what y'all need to do is go to the local VA, hook me up with some VA people that can tell me how to get my VA services started as soon as I get out. Because, Mama, I ain't got the parole to your house. Okay, here's my mailing address, 4740. I'm going to start over again because I know about our time. I can feel it. My name is Dani Sneed, Sneed. You can write me at 4740 Travis Street here in Houston, Texas, 77002. And that may be 4500 Travis Street. It may even be 4740. But I know it's not.
Wait a minute. Is it 4740 or is it?
No. We're going to say, I know for sure Midtown Terrace Hotel, located here on Main Street, is 4640. 4640 Main Street. They're going to get Dani's mail. They're going to give my mail to me. And if I can give you any kind of references that are here, talk to a family member today, the guys pushing them to find them somewhere to parole to. You guys know if you're in Houston and you have nowhere to parole to, they're going to put you at Ben Reed or down Bowman Highway. They're going to put you in the camp until you find housing. But not if you're a veteran. We're going to put you at the front of the line. Why? Because we thank you for your service. And one thing about it is, we may have made some mistakes, but we hit a home run in high school or whenever we joined. Before life started life to us, we served. We raised our right hand, gave an oath. I didn't think it would pay off, but it did. The best decision you ever made in your life was to raise your hand and say that you would die for your country. And we out here, we love you, and we thank you for your service. And hey, you got a second chance. And next month is Second Chance Month. Here, the whole nation will be looking at why we deserve a second chance when we get out of jail and prison. Guys, I love you. I know nobody has to tell me that prison is tough. I know it's tough, especially in the summertime. It is cold in the winter. It's just you're never comfortable, and it shouldn't be comfortable because I had one prayer when I was in prison that helped me focus. Dear Lord, I don't want to get out of prison. I want to stay out. And if that man's staying down there until I do all this time, if you could just hold the promise that I'll never have to come back, I'm going to be all right with eating these ramen noodles and drinking these purities every night, playing parlays, trying to jump something. Love you guys. Danny out.
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, he works at U.S. Vets, and that Google Maps says it's 4640.
Damn, Danny.
Did you get that, Bill?
Oh. I got to twirl my pen to that one.
Well, I mean, you know, I looked it up. He said you got to go to that hotel. That hotel's got, that's where they do the U.S. Vets thing. If you put in the hotel address, it pulls up U.S. Vets.
Okay. Well, so it's 46?
Yeah, that's what Google Maps says.
4640 Travis Street.
4640 Main Street.
Main Street. I thought he said Travis.
I bet it's on the corner of Travis and Main. He's going around the block.
Oh, Lord, y'all don't ask Danny for any addresses. And let's just be clear.
I sent it to him too, but he logged off too fast.
My name is Dani, D-A-N-I. That's Danny, D-A-N-N-Y. But clearly, we both are directionally challenged. Both of us are. And Linda can attest to my issues. I am horrible at directions.
Yes, she is.
She agreed. She just didn't turn her mic on.
Yeah, I heard her in the background. Yes, she is.
I totally agree with you, Danny.
Yeah, at least I admit it, right?
Do you use Google Maps?
I use Google Maps, and it tells me to go one way, and I'm like, no, this looks better. So I go this way, and then, and I don't know why it seems
redirecting.
Yes.
Redirecting.
Yes, I get that all the time.
Yeah. I missed my exit earlier today, and I had to go. And it took me 2 miles out of my way trying to get back on the right track.
Come in here?
That. No, it was earlier today. So, you want to go do a break song?
Let's do a break song. I wish we could do a fun one, but...
Well, I'm going to do Dennis Price, called Believer.
Okay.
Yep, Miss Linda likes Dennis. And Dennis has been sending me a couple messages, so...
Oh, good.
Yep.
About you and everything you do. You're a dream come true. And I ain't nothing but a broken man, but you take my hand, say you understand. It's time to say that we're on our way. It's a brand new day. You and me are far beyond friends, but dropping that ball, where do I begin? You're making a believer.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right. Now let's get to some phone calls, everyone's favorite part of the show. Let's get to Fifi. She's been holding on for a while. Hey, Fifi.
Hi. I just want to give a shout out to my husband, Timmy, who is at the LeBlanc unit right now. And I just want to let you know, Timmy, that the church is praying. I'm praying. I'm going to see you in the morning. But I want you to know that you're in all of our thoughts. And we're going to hold tight and stay hopeful that you're going to make parole so that you're not having to serve a prison sentence while you're fighting this recent cancer diagnosis. You are so greatly loved, and God is good, and we miss you. Bye, honey. I love you.
Thank you, Fifi. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you, Dani.
Bye-bye. All right, now we have Ashley.
Shout out to Robert Gonzalez at Pallage Unit. Your family and your friends love you. Can't wait to see you. Love, your angel.
All right. Thank you, Ashley.
He got kisses.
Yeah. And Fifi, you know, I wish I could give you a great big hug right now. Then let's get to Carmela.
Good evening, Prison Show. Thank you for taking my call. I have two shout-outs, and I have a question. Can Mr. Collingsworth answer my question, or do I need to email him?
Depends on what it is. Shoot, and I'll see if I can answer it.
My nephew, who is incarcerated out of Dallas, he was in the Beto unit, but for some reason I checked online last week, and he's been transferred to San Saba unit. Do you know anything about that unit?
As a matter of fact, we just looked it up because that's where Dennis Price is. The fellow who just sang the break song, he's at the San Saba unit, and it's a transfer facility northwest of Austin.
So what does that mean?
Well,
he's going to be transferred somewhere else?
Well, they can stay on that unit for up to 2 years before they actually go into TDC. So.
Well, he was at the Beto unit.
So he could be he could be on a chain going to the medical or something. He could just be spending the night there. I mean, a lot of times they take what they call the Texas tour. So was he supposed to go to medical for anything?
I have no idea. I am not involved in his life, unfortunately. And
so unless he's going to a different unit for school or education or something, he could just be on for medical, you know. But I mean, they got to stop somewhere. They can't just keep traveling overnight.
Oh, okay.
Coming from Beto to go to Austin, I would think he's going to a different unit. That's just like out of the way.
Okay. I hate to share what he's incarcerated for, but
I wouldn't do that.
Would that make it different?
It could. They might put him on a different facility for treatment or something like that. He could be taking some kind of school. And then they only have it at certain units.
I doubt that, but
well,
okay. Okay. Well, thank you for your input.
Well, we'll keep him in our prayers. How about that?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to make a shout out to two people. The first one is I forgot his name. Dadgummit. Bear with me. Marcus Mullen. He's at the dye ball unit. Hi, Marcus. This is Mel. I hope you're doing okay. It looks like it's getting toasty outside, so stay cool. I finally gave up and turned the air conditioner on today, but I've been enjoying just a fan. My brother gave me a fan, and everybody's doing okay. They're busy as bees. Father David has second batch of chicks hatched, and he's got more in the incubator, so they're really putting out eggs now. So I think I'm gonna we're gonna deal with him, because I'd rather pay them and know that the eggs are good than to buy them commercially. The egg prices are just outrageous now because of the bird flu. But I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're keeping your head up and doing what you need to do. Hope things are progressing for you. Let Father David know if you don't have a radio, or I'll ask him to ask you if you have a radio next time he talks to you or sees you. Just know you're loved and you're thought about every day. And I haven't talked to Rebel in a while. I need to give him a call. I don't know if you know he got married. Whoa! But I'm glad for him. He needs some calmness in his life. So you take care and have a great week, and have a blessed Lenten season. We love you, and take care. Talk to you next week, God willing. Bye. Okay, my next shout out is for Bradley Aiken at the San Saba unit, I think. Either San Saba or Beto. Hi, Bradley. You're hard to keep track of lately. Last time I called in a shout out, you were listed at Beto, and for some reason I Googled you, and now they say you're at San Saba, so I don't know. I guess I just need to get my big girl panties on and call your mom and see what's going on. Just want to let you know that you are loved and you're not forgotten, and I hope everything's going all right for you. Just keep your head up and put one foot in front of the other, and just take care and do what you need to do. I'm sure time passes very slowly, but hope to stay cool. It's gotten hot and humid. I guess summer is here. So, but just know that you're loved, and I think about you every day. And I wish I could talk to you in person or see you, but that's way down the pipeline because of my track record. But know you're loved, and I'll let you go. You have a great week and a good Lenten season. I love you. Thank you, Prison Show. I wanted to let Miss Linda know that she's in good company about being directionally challenged. Someday when I get down there to the studio to visit, I'll have to tell you my story. But I hear you. I have 2 stories about directions. But everybody take care, traveling grace home, and have a good weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we have Captain Tom on line 2. Hi, Captain Tom.
Hello, David.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing better every day. Doing stronger every day.
How's your boy doing?
He's doing a lot better.
That's good.
He's out of the hospital.
Sorry about that, Lydia.
And I thank everybody for their prayers. I appreciate it.
You at home also?
Sir?
You're at home also, right?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Yes.
Just, let's keep it that way.
Yep. You're right about that. All right. I don't have my list in front of me, so I'm just going to say that I'm going to give a shout out to all my incarcerated veterans throughout the state of Texas. And hopefully next week I'll have everything up to date. Also, wanted to say that everybody should donate to KPFT. You can donate to KPFT 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. And you donate to the prison show. Okay, guys, catch you next week.
All right, thank you. All right, do we have, I think there was someone on line one. Okay.
I don't know what happened because I didn't.
She keeps talking without her mic. Like everybody just going to magically hear her.
All right, so I have an Ebony on line 3 and then an Ebony on...
And I think the Ebony that I have needs to go first.
Okay.
Hi, this is Ebony Gooseby, shouting out to Oklahoma State Penitentiary, my precious friend and brother in Christ, Wendell Arden Grisham, whom, unless there's a miracle to halt it, Oklahoma is recklessly, ruthlessly, and relentlessly set on taking away his worthy life this upcoming Thursday. I want to declare Galatians 6:17, from henceforth let no man trouble you, Wendell, for you bear in your body the marks of the Lord Jesus. You are who and what God on high says you are, loved, redeemed, wonderfully, fearfully made, chosen, not what fallible courts and agents of government have dehumanized and deemed you to be. Your life, light, purpose, and plight matter. You're loving and caring, loved and appreciated, inspirational and irreplaceable. I thank God for the gift of you. May the peace and love of Christ surround you more now than ever before. Love always, Ebony.
All right, now let's go to Ebony on line 3. Hi, Ebony.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We sure can.
Okay. I wasn't for sure if it was a different one. So, that was actually me that left the message, but I wasn't for sure if you had received it or not. And so I was calling in, and I appreciate y'all very much for the work that you do and for allowing us this opportunity to communicate with loved ones. So I appreciate y'all again.
Well, we appreciate you calling in and leaving a message, and I'm sure he does too, very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, now let's get to Jenny.
Hey, I'm calling to give a shout out and a happy birthday wish to my most favorite person in the world, Joel White at Memorial Unit. This is his Aunt Jenny, and I want you to know how much I love and adore you. I know that we are so far away. Kentucky's a long way from the Lone Star State for sure. It's a good haul, and I can't wait to see you again. To get another one of your wonderful hugs. I've never had a hug so genuine and just that felt so good. And I know that you're alone down there, and I'm going to try to get down your way, hopefully sometime by the end of the year. I hope that your day's been beautiful. I'm so thankful God put you here. My compliments to your creator, Joel. He did a good job when he made you, and I love you dearly. Happy birthday, honey. Here's a kind of a crazy random song for you that I found. It's just a happy birthday song, so here we go. That's rock and roll for you. Closest to guar that I could get. And I love you, honey. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, a big happy birthday to Joel. And your aunt is right. You do give the best hugs. And he called earlier tonight, and Linda and I got to chit-chat with him. Happy birthday. I can't do the song. I can't do any better than that song because that was pretty freaking awesome. All right, now let's get to Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza and Polonsky. Hey Boo, how are you? I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying safe, and that there is a smile on your handsome face. As for me, yeah, all is good. I'm home this evening. I was after finishing work earlier on today, and then I just did nothing. I just kind of basically came home and chilled out with Daytona, and I'm back in again tomorrow. Other than that, everything is good. Oh, yeah, happy Paddy's Day. Yeah, it's on Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. I'm getting lost with the days. Yeah, all is good. Buddy is doing good. Work is going good. And pretty much, no complaints anyway. So I hope everything is well with you and know that you mean the world to me. And I'm sending you big hugs and kisses. Good night, sweet dreams, and stay safe. And to all the guys, Eric, Mark, Blaine, Will, Debo, Moy, and Rudy, hope you all are doing good and you all stay safe too. And so good night everyone, and to everybody at the Prison Show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
We love Caitlin. All right, now Lydia on line 1. Hey, Lydia.
How are you, Dani?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good. Fixing to hit the sack here. It's a beautiful night here in Texas. Well, I'm sure you have the same weather we do, but there was a beautiful moon out there, and it's cool and refreshing. But today was a hot day here in South Texas, and it's only March, so it's not going to get any better. But it's beautiful, and I received your message, Mijo, this morning, and then I thought I would write back, and I sent you a long message there telling you what I was going to do tomorrow, Saturday. Well, tomorrow we're going to take this truck in. I'm going to have to find somebody to help me take the truck in to the mechanic he said he'd be there from 11 to 1. And Jennifer Lee is up in California. She said it was raining up there. Her and Melody go to that once-a-year thing up in California with their friends. So that's where she's at. And Mariano's still in town. Hopefully you can give Tia Rosa a call tomorrow, God willing. Okay?
It smells like smoke out here. Something's burning out here. I don't know what it is. It's good. But Amanda was sick. She wasn't feeling well. She was in the hospital like 2 days ago. And I didn't talk to her today, so hopefully she's better. But I'll give her a call in the morning, early in the morning. Then Freddie just got in. I just saw his truck drive up. But not much going on, mijo. I just thank God for this beautiful, beautiful day that we had today. And, we celebrated Jonathan's birthday, had chocolate cake and some chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. Those were delicious. They were really good. So we had a good little celebration there for Jonathan. And I gave him your birthday wishes. Okay? My saludos to all the guys, to William Spear, Eric Blaine, Ruben, Artie, Roderick, Mark, Moises. Let's see, who am I forgetting? Somebody. I always forget somebody or other. But I send you saludos from the RGV, the 956. That's what they say on the TV on the TV channel. They say made in the RGV. Okay. But wishing you all a good night, and Linda, drive safe, and Dani, drive safe, and David, drive safe. Get home safely. Okay.
Thank
good night,
you.
everyone. Love you. Good night.
Good night. Have
Good
a
night.
great weekend.
You too, Dani. Good night.
Good night. All right, we have a few lines open, 713-526-5738, option number 2 to go live on the air. And now we have Kaliango.
Hello to everyone on the prison show. Let me give a brief background why I joined the anti-death penalty movement in the US. I came to know the anti-death penalty movement in the US through the late Bill Palicki, a former president of Journal of Hope organization, whom I met in 2011 on Facebook. And finally, I met him physically at the World Day Against Death Penalty conference, which was hosted in Kampala, Uganda in 2014. I remember his preachings were so holy, inspiring, touching, about forgiveness, love, and compassion for all humanity. He also narrated his story about death penalty experience, where he forgives the 4 young girls who involved in murdering of his grandmother, Ruth Palicki. And he forgives them. And also, he mobilized signatures for the release of Paul Cooper, who spearheaded the murder. From that day, I got inspired and I joined the anti-death penalty movements. Because I don't believe in judgment of an eye for an eye. No one deserves to die. I have seen a lot of innocent people being executed after serving decades in the prisons, whereby they think that they will get a second chance to live, they end up being executed. It doesn't heal, it creates more victims. It's inhuman. It's Babal Kue. Let us all gather to fight against this Tela law of killing people. I joined the anti-death penalty movement, and I have been writing letters to inmates in the US and visiting inmates in Uganda, signing execution petitions, and also mobilizing funds through Facebook and other platforms available for the anti-death penalty organizations to facilitate their global efforts towards the end of death penalty around the world. I'm just here planning to attend the Stab for Justice and Victory next year in June. Its annual event. Given a chance to attend this event, I'll have an opportunity to interact with fellow activists and death law exoners to discuss more strategies, dialoguing and advocating on how to influence different governments all over the world to abolish death penalty. I will have to return back home after the event, and I will continue spreading more awareness and raising more campaigns on how capital punishment is inhuman. I will also get a chance of hosting them back in my country, Uganda, for more educating and sensitizing the community not to embrace death penalty. I want to send my shout out to my brother Franklin Davis, to all inmates in the US, to my beautiful mom, Madame Linda, to Madame Dan, David, my brother Francis, my brother Peter from the Netherlands. I love you all. May God continue blessing you so abundantly. Love you. But I want to request all the listeners who are willing to help me in this journey. I love you so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Now we have Kiki.
Hi, this message is for Rodney Reed at the Polensky unit. Hey Rodney, it's Kiki. Just wanted to call in and let you know I am thinking of you. I hope all is well and you are doing well. I am hanging in there. I tried going to the gym yesterday but wasn't feeling well. Ended up coming back home. But I am going today to get some exercise and get out the house for a bit. I'm feeling a lot better today. Jeff will be over tomorrow. We're going to hit the Seattle Humane Society for cat supplies. Then Sunday I'll be getting baptized for the first time. So think of me on Sunday. I will send you some pictures. Anyways, I hope you're doing okay. I love you and I miss you, Rodney, every day and every way. I will talk to you soon. I love you. Have a great weekend, Rodney. Thank you, President Show. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Kiki. All right, now we have Connie and Jorward. Hi, Connie.
Hi. We'd like to make a shout out to our son, Justin Lucky Barrero from Terrell Unit. Hope you are doing good, and we love and miss you, and soon we will be making
appointment to go see you soon.
Just sitting here thinking about you, hoping that you're doing good, praying to God that you stay well.
We love you and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prison Show.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yes,
You do as
sir.
well.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Remy on line 2. Hi, Remy.
Hello. Hi. This is Remy. I want to shout out to my guys at Pulaski Unit, DeMontrell, Dexter, Kershawn, Daniel Matthews. They know all the names. Also to Linda Carthy. I want to shout out to her. Shout out to Tremaine Wood in Oklahoma. Thank God for this new trial coming up April 10th. It's a blessing to us. We just did a 7-day fast, all of us. We did a 7-day fast and prayer. My guys at Pulaski Unit, Oklahoma, Louisiana, so we thank you for that. Also, shout out to Antoinette Frank. So we hope for some blessings coming her way soon. She did the fast with us also. So I'm just praying for her and all my guys. So just wanted to shout out to them before I go to bed.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you, Remy. You have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, now we have Lau.
Hi guys, this is Lau, and this is a message that the Lord wants me to tell you. You are not too lost for God to find you. You are not too dirty for God to cleanse. You are not too broken for God to fix. You are not too hurt for God to heal. You are not too far gone for God to reach. You are not too guilty for God to forgive. You are not too sinful for God to save. You don't have to change before you go to God. Going to God is what changes you. A todos ustedes que están viviendo un momento difícil, quiero recordarte que la esperanza nunca está perdida. Nadie está demasiado lejos de la gracia de Dios. Cada día es una nueva oportunidad para empezar de nuevo, para redescubrir tu valor y tu propósito en momentos de la oscuridad. La luz de la fe puede ser más fuerte que nunca. No importa lo que hayas hecho en el pasado, lo importante es lo que decides hacer ahora en el presente. La transformación es posible y el amor de Dios está siempre disponible para todos ustedes, sin condiciones y sin límites. Mantengan la fe, sigue adelante y recuerda, no estás solo. If you got pain, He's a pain taker. If you feel lost, He's a way maker. If you need freedom or saving, He's a prison shaking savior. If you've got chains, He's a chain breaker. I love you all. Estoy orando por todos ustedes. Bye.
All right. Thank you. All right. Now we have Leslie on line 3. Hi, Leslie.
How's everybody?
Great. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just a little tired. I just want to do a send a shout out to my sugar pom pom at the Styles unit. That's about it. I'm just driving for Uber, trying to get this money.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, don't make yourself too tired. Don't be safe now.
Oh, I'm gonna be safe. Yeah, I got my can of bear spray with me.
Good.
I haven't gotten a taser just yet, but pretty soon I will have a taser. So, yeah, I'm just driving. It's kind of slow today, or tonight, but if nothing happens, and I think I'm going to head back to Livingston. So, just a little tired.
Wow.
All right, everybody. I hope everybody's doing okay. Hi, Linda. Hi, David. Hi, Dani.
Hey, Leslie.
And hi. I guess that's it. Oh, I want to send a shout out to Ebony. I know she's somewhere in, her name is Ebony Robinson. I know she's somewhere in, like, the women's penitentiary. I don't know is it Gatesville? Am I saying that right?
Gatesville.
Somewhere. Yeah, she's somewhere over there. I wanted to tell her hello and to remember what we always used to talk about. When you hang out with dogs, you catch fleas. And anyways, that's for everybody. Anyways, Sugar Pom Pom, I love you. And I'm really tired. But anyways, I will let you guys go. I'm just rambling on. Oh, my God. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's time to go home, Leslie. Go to sleep.
Well, no, yeah, okay. I think I'm going to do that because I'm driving right now.
Okay, well,
okay.
Be careful.
Okay, alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, now we have Manuela.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you had a great day. That's my shout out to my sweet and precious husband Robert Robertson, Polanski unit. Hey baby, how you doing? I do hope and pray that you are alright, that everything is good and well with you and around you. I just want to let you know that I'm always thinking about you. You are always on my mind, in my thoughts, in my heart, and in all of my prayers. I want you to know that I can't imagine my life without you. You are my sunshine, my all, my everything. My one and only big, great true love of my life. And I never want to be without you, baby. You made my days and nights, and you brighten up my life, my whole life. Since you are in my life, everything is better. My world is a better place with my baby, with my Robert, and I need you to be happy and smile, and I need you to survive. I'm so very, very, very grateful, honored, blessed, proud, thankful, and happy to have you in my life. And I never want to lose you, baby. Because you mean everything to me and for me. I want to let you know that I miss you like crazy, and I can't wait to see you, to talk to you, look into your eyes, and tell you in person how much I love you. My sweetheart, I wish you a good night. Hope to get soon another e-message from you. I love your e-messages, and I enjoy every word you wrote to me. Good night, my sweetheart. Sweet and blessed dreams to you. I love you with all the power of my heart. You are my one and only. I love you, baby. Good night.
All right. Now we have Amy. Hey, Amy. Amy, are you there? All right. Can y'all put her on hold? Maybe. All right. Now we have Delia. Hi. This.
Hey, Raymond.
Go ahead.
Hey, Raymond. Hope you're okay. I'm glad you called today. And here's an early shout out for your birthday on Sunday from me and Chano. Oh, Raymond Gonzalez El Quick from Ferguson. Anyway, happy birthday. Know I love you, and I'm so glad I talked to you today. So call me Sunday, and I will do that. And I will do a shout out for you for your birthday on Sunday. I love you. Hold on.
Is she still there?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I thought she said, hold on. I thought she said. All right, now we have Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his prison show shout outs for today. Here's my shout outs. The guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout out for Philip Perez. Shout out for Matt Thomas, Edward Ruiz, Adam Wilkerson. Shout out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout out for Haas. Shout out for Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout out for Payday. Shout out for Oz. Shout out for Curtis Robertson. Shout out for Blaine Milam. Shout out for Raymond Lee Cart. Shout out for Bill R. Sims. Shout out for Clarence Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And I want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. Drink some green beer and wear green. And also the St. Patrick's Day parade is in downtown Houston. So y'all have a whale of a day. And if you want to contact Mysterious Mike, do it in care of David Collingsworth from the prison show. And now back to the prison show. Cheers, everybody.
Okay, now we have Dawn on line 1.
Hey, Dani, how are y'all?
Doing good. How are you?
That's good, man. I'm doing good, just working and doing life out here, man, the best I can. I've been working more. But yeah, it's good, man. Life's good out here for me right now, and I just wanted to shout out to everybody I left behind, man. I ain't forgot about nobody. And got one of my bros on Ferguson quick. Got birthday, man. His birthday's coming up this weekend. Boxer on Polanski and everybody that knows him, man. Everybody knows him by Chano down there, but just want to let everybody know, man, that I ain't forgot about nobody. And don't lose hope, man. There is hope, and just keep your head up, and you know, anything's possible, man. Anything's possible, man. And that's gonna be it.
Well, thank you, Don. I hope you have a great weekend.
You too, Dani. And I ain't forgot about you all either, so just so you know.
Well, good. Good. I'm glad. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Miss Linda, do you want to do your shout-outs?
Yes, I'll do my shout-outs. Okay, I want to say hello to Raymond Becerra, Jeremiah Rodriguez, and he was in the Beaumont Detention Center, Tyler Adams, Monticello, Utah, Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Micah Brown, Jaime Cole, Blaine Milam, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Carrie Allen, Britt Brukowski, Christopher Turner, Larry Hatton, Bill Sims, Iron Thunderhorse, and Alfred Mitchell in the Oklahoma State Prison, David Wood, Walter Sorto, Gregory Allen, Curtis Robertson, Midget Titan, Paper Cup, Sugar Pom Pom, William Owen Sr., Stephen Curry, my nephew, happy birthday, I've got something coming in the mail, Charles Thompson, Travis Fletcher, Edward Holland, Dennis Price, Joel White, happy birthday, Joel, Talon Carter, and Charles C. Bolton. Good night, guys. See you next week.
All right. Now I'm going to do a few. Farron, hope you're behaving yourself. David Davis, Ryan Castey, my old friend. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it. Taylor Parker, Robert Solis, Brett, T, Big Head, Blaine, Philo, Kenneth Decker, Mayo, Rodrigo, Leroy, Joel White, happy birthday again, Joel White, Jay at the Win Unit, big hugs to you, Jay, Mark Wayne, CJ, and Charles Hood. So I hope y'all had a great week. And David, do you have someone?
I got quite a few.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Well, I was patiently waiting.
Sounds like us.
Yeah. Now, how much time we got left? We still got a few minutes. We're good. Hey, I want to shout out to Daryl Adkins, Ronald Allman, Daniel Campbell, Tiffany Cheeks, Stephen Drayton, Daniel Farrell, Michael Flores, Victor Gamble, Francon Hayes, Marie Holloway, Matthew Hoover, Daniel Lipscomb, Richard Little, Victor Loya, Big James McElrath, Akeem McKiver. Did I say that right? It looks like MacGyver, but it's McKiver. Erlen McKay, Curtis Otto, Maria Pena, and Jaime Quijano, Travis Fletcher, Jaron Reasonover, Montana Ruckman, David Saffel, John Thomas, Kyle Triplett, Hakeem Tyson, Juan Vertigo, Travis Walters, and David Weller. And if I missed any of you guys, I'm sorry. But we think about you. We appreciate you. Man, we appreciate you guys that are tuning in and just letting us know that you're actually getting us. And I got a email the other day from John Crosthwaite. I guess I pronounced that right. And his wife, I guess is his wife. But anyway, she said, we hear you loud and clear in California. So I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool. We've been getting messages from all over.
Yeah. Where'd you get one from a while ago, Linda?
Oh, I forgot where it was. We
were talking earlier. We've got Arizona and Utah, Kentucky, Indiana, and of course Florida. And Linda got a phone call a while ago. I think Travis called her.
Travis Fletcher.
Travis Fletcher called her. So.
He did? Really?
Yeah. She answered the phone. She said, he says he's only got a minute left. I'm sure it was I don't want to give him up if they're listening, but I'm sure it was a three-way. He called me one day, and whoever he talked with did the three-way, but they didn't say nothing. He was the only one talking.
Ah, okay. All right.
It's from Edward Holland.
Edward Holland,
yeah, from Polunsky.
Oh, he's from the Polunsky. And I thought you had one from a different state a while ago. I thought we were talking about that.
I got that one.
Oh, that was you?
Got that one.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Was that one of them thick ones?
No.
No, she gave me the thick one.
I gave her... Mine was from Phoenix, Maryland.
Wow.
Patrick Thomas.
All right, guys. Keep letting us know you're out there listening. We really appreciate it. Share with your family so that they can do the shout-outs. And we've been taking the shout-outs if they get on our Facebook page. the prison show, they can leave us a message. And all they really got to do on Facebook Messenger is go down at the bottom where you normally type at, and there's a little microphone. They just hit the little microphone button, and away it goes.
And how did I get 2 of them? I
gave you 2 of them. I thought you gave one to Miss Linda.
I did too, but this one is from North Carolina, Corey Odoms.
We're getting a lot of North Carolina and South Carolina.
Yeah.
They're all. So, I mean, we were talking earlier about, I was looking at some of the numbers on our dashboard where people are listening from, and we're getting some from Maricopa. Is that how you pronounce that? Maricopa County?
Maricopa.
And that's a lot of people out there that are listening to us, and we really appreciate y'all tuning in. And whenever we put the prison show film out there, I was amazed because Adovo or Securus or somebody had a glitch, and even though it showed up on our dashboard on like March the 6th, it didn't go out till the 12th. And we only had a couple of people on the 12th. And then I looked on the 13th, and there was already 700 and some odd people. I was telling Gabriella about it. And then today I looked, and we're over 1,200 people. So, I mean, you guys are really watching and tuning in, and we really appreciate that.
Yes, we do. We absolutely appreciate it.
So Mike said if you wanted to write, you had to write at David Collingsworth, but he didn't give you the address.
I can do that.
Go ahead.
It is 226 Chipmunk Trail, and that is Shepherd, Texas. Oh, and Shepherd, Texas 77371. We got that. Did you shout him out?
Shout who out?
The one that sent that phenomenal message about Linda cooking.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Victor Loya.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. We were having fun with that.
Yes.
Somebody got to drive a truck. Somebody's going to be cooking. I'm going to sell the wine.
Yeah. He was talking about fundraisers.
Yeah.
And he went into a lot of detail about what we could do. And we nominated Linda to cook. I'm going to drive.
And I'll be selling the wine.
David will sell the wine.
Well, it's safe if I sell it because I won't be drinking it.
This is true.
So what am I going to be doing?
You're cooking.
You're cooking.
Oh, cooking.
Okay. You're cooking and serving.
Yeah, you're the cook.
Oh, okay.
Chief cook and bottle washer. That's what my mom always said.
That's what I have to do at home.
Well, you're already prepared then.
Yeah.
See, you're good at it.
So what kind of news we got that we can use for 3 minutes? Anything?
Well, I was briefly going through, scrolling on Facebook just a second ago.
Yeah.
And there's some, we need to, all the advocates need to work together. Because, that it's important, and, I kind of got onto someone for that we're not going to be sending any letters that are hateful.
Yeah.
But, advocates out here need to work together. There's no sense in bashing another organization. So I just had to throw that in because it was like, wow. I just accidentally, I meant to go to our video and I hit something and it popped up. So,
about bashing other advocates popped up?
Yes. There was something that came up. It was a video, and it's not necessary. Society bashes.
Yeah, we get enough of that.
The incarcerated people. So we all just need to work together, and there's common ground because we're trying to help people who are incarcerated. So let's stand firmly on that common ground. So I know I don't have that long, but keep in mind there's a lot of bills that we have. I do have one thing that I could. WorkBay. TDCJ partners with WorkBay to provide comprehensive re-entry and workforce development platform. So It's a career development platform, and I think it's going to be in every single unit, 101 units.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's video-based courses, career path integration, career path videos, resume, and portfolio development. That is really, really good. And I'm, TDCJ did something good with that. So be looking for that soon on your tablets. They're even going to have a website for work.
So what, they have jobs that'll actually hire them?
Yeah, employer engagement and job matching.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Fair chance employers across Texas. So that, you know what? I'm glad they're doing that.
Yeah, I wish I'd had a chance to get a job before I got out. I mean, I got one as soon as I could, but it was kind of hit and miss. I mean, it's a numbers game, I guess. You got to keep applying, and you got to keep going to interviews, and it's really disappointing whenever they say we found someone else more qualified, and you think, yeah, right, they don't have a felony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just don't want to tell you that. Especially, I mean, I had a lot of AC experience and stuff, but yet nobody wanted to hire me for that.
Which is bizarre to me because it's Texas.
Everybody needs it.
Absolutely.
So, it's been a good show. Even if Dani was a little bit late, he made up for it whenever he did show up.
He did. He did good.
He's always an encouragement. I met Dani in a motel room, believe it or not. He was my roomie. Whenever we marched on Washington, we marched to ban the box. So he's my brother from another mother.
So say that doesn't sound very nice. You met him in a motel room.
Yeah, he was late getting there too. So anyway, Dani's a good brother. He means a lot to so many people. So got a cramp in my leg. That ain't good.
No,
not a good way to end the show.
No.
You're getting old, Dave.
Getting old. Get a Charlie horse. Hey, y'all stay tuned for Damage Control with Skyla Dawn and DJ Chill. I guess DJ Chill's on. Last week I heard it was just her, right? We were listening to it for a while. So we met DJ Chill. Remember?
Yes.
And he was wearing a cowboy hat.
He sure was. And he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a real cool dude.
Yeah.
But y'all stay tuned for Damage Control with Skyla Dawn and DJ Chill. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Tune in on Adovo for us.
Have a great weekend.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JB. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. It's prison radio. From Paris to Polanski. Bonjour, mi amor. In my dreams I can see a freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio. offers, men sitting on the road. Try to keep your heads up, you ain't me if you got hope. It's Friday night,